Pues, ¿ves? Menos mal que he hecho la prueba. Ahora sí se me oye, ¿no? Ah, pues, ¿ves? Está guapo. No se me oía. Y yo aquí hablando. No, decía que vamos al lío, ¿no? A ver si acabamos ya esta aventura. Que se viene otro directito. Hoy dos, uno detrás de otro. He comido y poco más. Luego estoy cansado. Voy a ir al más cerca. Ahora me iré un momentito cuando me llamen. Tengo que abrirle la puerta al fontanero otra vez. Que por eso hoy estoy teniendo tiempo también. Tengo aquí... al fontanero.
Sid, your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalamil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. Now, I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to makes you think they won't.
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Victor.
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalamil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, Perhaps we can find a solution to Dalamil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
¿Cuál es la cuenta? ¿Qué te debo? A ver.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
Ya empezamos con que se me caiga el directo. Madre mía. Se me oye. Sí, no se ha cortado, ¿no? Que a mí sí que se me ha caído aquí, me ponía transmisión detenida. Y bien, pues avance el otro directo. Un par de horas. Una pelea súper espectacular.
Picture it, Conrad. Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad.
Pues eso.
May I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I commander here from
Ay.
Denver to inquire
Jesús.
about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
Natalie, ¿dónde estás, Natalie? Natalie.
If I had my pickaxe, I would...
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something. Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious...
Los mismos de siempre, yo no toco los anuncios.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill?
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley.
No ha pasado nada.
Wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
Ha estado más con su hermano, que en el otro capítulo se ha dado cuenta. O sea, se ha juntado con su hermano por primera vez desde que empezó el juego. Pero con ella todavía nada.
I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return, which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
Probando comandos.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive.
¿Y tiene que ir Clive a convencerlos?
Workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
Vale, ahora pelear contra los bandidos. Ahora cuando me avisen, lo he dicho antes, pero no sé si estabas. Me iré un momentito a abrir la puerta. Que hoy estoy haciendo directos y a lo mejor hasta hago otro después porque tengo al fontanero aquí todavía.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they marched for
A pelear contra los bandidos. Estaba claro.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in two groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalamil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
Jejeje. Venid a mí. Voy a probar esto. A ver. Esto es volar. Esquivar. Vale. Esto es lo de la onda esa. Vale. Me quita bastante y esto es lo del fuego. Vale. Pues no está mal. Más lento pero efectivo. Si hago este, se juntan las dos. Y mucho mejor. No sé qué prefiero. By enemy. Me queda bastante todavía. Dije que me queda menos, pero no estoy cerca. Ayer dije que iba por la mitad, un poquito más. Y yo no tengo emblema. Eso es para la gente que se suscribe. Tú tienes el emblema de streamer. El único que te dejan tener, que yo sepa.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalamil.
We all saved Dalamil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Estarán trabajando o lo que sea y me tendrán puesto de fondo los que haya.
So, when... This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
No lo sé exacto, míralo en una guía. Ahí pone cómo se llama por la que voy, nubes negras, ¿no? Creo que pone. Fíjate en una guía y saldrá ahí las que... Yo hasta que no cierro directos y no me fijo y tal, no suelo saber. Sé que me quedaba un trozo de lista, pero no sé cuántas. Por soltar número diría que 15, no lo sé. Pero algunas pueden durar una hora, otras 15 minutos. No sé cuántas faltan. Barabara. Voy por nubes negras. Pues ya de ahí lo que me quede, que no lo sé. Sé que he hecho una misión, que es la de antes, en el directo anterior, que lo subiré mañana, creo que es. Y ha sido espectacular, la pelea contra Bahamut, que se llama. Ya misiones y tal, pues bueno, normalito, pero la pelea, ¡fua! Una pasada. Lo pone ahí abajo del vídeo. En el título del vídeo lo pone. Ese está activado. Ah, mega fulgor, ¿ves? Era esto. Y esto es así, vale. Entonces sí que mola. Vale. Eso era lo bueno que tenía. Ole, lo mata el perro.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place...
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
How do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will.
Anda que me van a dejar a mí encargarme de los heridos. Y van a luchar ellos. Uy, va a salir. A ver, ahora a la derecha. Tengo los labios cortadísimos, tío. Digo por aquí, pero habrá un ascensor.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
Oscar.
So Wade.
Lord Rossfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you.
Dios, como la tortuga del 15, pero pequeñita.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try.
Para pa, para pa.
Then let's do our duty.
Come on. Dios, mi vida, ¿no? A ver, esquiva una vez y puedo esquivar más, tengo un tiempo ahí. Si me atacan, solo me cuenta como uno. Bueno, para los jefes está guay. Tortugón. Dios, atacadme otra vez. Ahora sí, doble. Pues me la he llevado. Vale, esta mañana he quitado yo un par de bots. Yo no sé... No entiendo muy bien lo de los bots, porque si tienes que estar quitándolos y... No van a parar de entrar. ¿No? Y el final, pues no sé. Ahí tienes... los nombres de la misión, ¿no? A mí no me sale que sea un bot eso. ¿Dónde lo has mirado tú que sea un bot? No sé, me sale otro, pero ese no. ¿Qué es eso? Llevo unos días quitando los bots y lo veo un poco... Vale, los quitas y ¿qué?
Is anyone hurt?
I
¿No?
don't think so.
¿Cómo van a parar los bots? ¿Cuántos tendrá yo, Juan? ¿Y se los quitan todos? O no lo entiendo lo de los bots. Porque yo, Juan, si lo ven 100.000 personas, por ejemplo, como Auron el otro día,
I see you're all in one piece.
¿cómo controlan los bots entre 100.000 personas?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job.
Always.
Jill and I will make for East Pool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
No sé. Yo ya llevo estos días quitándolos y tal, y pensé el otro día, un poquito raro. Si te ven 100.000 personas, o sea, si tengo yo 3 o 4 y se suele meter algún bot como yo esta mañana, que he quitado 3. La gente con 100.000, ¿qué? ¿Y qué te hacen esos bots y tal? No sé, no lo termino de entender. ¿Has seguido tú con Ikerspeed o es alguien nuevo de esta mañana?
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
Dios, este ataque es la leche, tío. Los mato a todos, pero hasta que no se carga. ¿El qué pasa de qué?
Something's coming.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Ah, no sé.
Only the first
A lo
round.
mejor he dicho algo, pero ya se me ha olvidado ahí concentrado. Había dicho lo de Auron, creo que lo estuve viendo yo. Y que cómo le quitarán los 100.000, pero me has contestado a eso, no sé qué más habré dicho. Que esta mañana he quitado 3. Que qué hacen los bots si tienes que estar todos los días quitando bots. A todo el mundo le saldrán, ¿no? No sé. Son cosas raras. Qué motes hechos por IA. Los que he hecho yo ahora.
Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
Ah, pues no los he visto,
What did you
creo.
find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men?
Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good
No están hechos por IA, creo, no sé. Los hizo Mundo Loco. Y el del gato te lo regala Twitch. El del gato lo tengo desde que conseguí el afiliado.
Of course they can stay.
Yo esos los puse, pero no sé, no me gustan. A ver, que yo tengo la letra muy pequeñita y tal, y es que apenas los veo.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet.
Pero no me gustan tampoco.
Over here.
O sea, no me gusta que tengan el fondo blanco, el fondo verde, me gustarían sin fondo.
It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rosfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Pero bueno, para eso está el Discord. Creo que hice un apartado artístico por quien quiera mandar ahí bocetos o dibujos o lo que sea. Yo antes dibujaba un montón, ahora ya.
I am Sir Rodney's nephew.
Well, go on then. It's not for me to ask him.
Yes, Sir Wade.
Que es que eso de la IA no se puede usar, ¿no? Es de pago, creo, o cómo va.
If it please you,
Que no lo sé. A lo mejor los ha hecho por IA.
I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I'm a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems.
¿Qué es eso? Yo suelo subir muchas cosas, pero la mayoría son de Mundo Loco. Tiene el eso artístico del canal. Igual que la foto de perfil, el fondo, el banner, todo eso.
And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other guardians are. I mean to say that, they're.
It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire.
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed
Mi
me.
emblema del chat que no tengo.
Any other way.
¿No? ¿O qué? ¿Eso? ¿De al lado? Yo pensaba que en el chat solo salía la camarita. Ah, pues como yo no estoy suscrito. Pensaba que a mí no me salía nada.
First we find Isabel.
Solo la camarita.
Heard a bloke saying he saw ghosts.
A ver, todo recto y a la derecha.
I saw it with my own eyes. The whole of Oriflame under a flood.
And we're next.
Mundo Loco sí que lo tendrá. Claro, desde diciembre.
My lord,
There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashik, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
A Kashik, but different.
Ultimus thralls.
Está la Artema esa metida en todos lados, ¿eh?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
Entonces no has sabido encontrar... ¿Por qué misión voy? Leyendo el título, ¿me has dicho, Iker? A ver... A la derecha. Ah, pues no lo había visto. Los cogí anoche y tal, y que tengo muchas fotos ahí preparadas, como te dije, de Egipto, tal, pero no utilizo nada hasta que Mundo Loco no lo mira.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days. What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection.
Que si no has sabido mirar por dónde voy, cuántas misiones me quedan, ni nada de eso.
That is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives. Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Por la misión que sale ahí en pantalla.
There's a cask under the captain's bunk.
Eso es muy fácil de saberlo. Y te lo he dicho yo, de nubes grises, creo que se llamaba.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly, and sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
I'd like you to consider my needs.
Esa quiere tema
What we
también.
need to consider is where the creatures came from. The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
¿Ves? Nubes negras. Voy por ahí.
That thing, it...
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Voy a dar una duchica. Acabar el directo.
Yeah, they came out of nowhere.
Que llevo desde ayer con el pijama.
And then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed more when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now.
Don't leave me, Pa.
You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
Dios, mi
At
espalda.
least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. Head for more. So safe now.
I truly am.
Assume you have a plan? We need to find out.
was all they could do to escape. They just left the bodies there in the flood.
Hombre, el final, la misión como se llame si quieres, pero ¿cómo que decirme el final? ¿Cómo acaba el juego? Yo no lo he visto. Quiero pasármelo ya, pero tampoco tengo prisa. El nombre de la misión me da igual. Creo que sí que me lo sabía hace unos días. De no sé qué, vuelta al pasado, no sé qué. Claro, no, de lo que es, no quiero saberlo. Me imagino que una pelea, pero quiero jugarlo. ¿Pero cuánto me queda? Según tú. Porque yo por lo que he visto, a lo mejor en unos 2 días... Ah, soy una máquina. No hay peleas complicadas. Para un buen espadachín. ¿Cómo desaparece el tío, eh? Me sale. Ah, pues tampoco es tanto, 6 o 10 horas. Está bien. Y el porcentaje me sale, ya os lo dije. Cuando yo me salgo del juego me salía que un 70. O sea que no es tanto. Si he hecho de ayer a hoy de un 50 a un 70, no creo que de un 70 a un 20 más otro día. Ahí es donde lo miro yo. Ya lo he ido diciendo. Ahora vengo, que me han avisado para abrir la puerta.
Don't thank us yet.
Ya estoy por aquí.
Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts, for now at least.
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. Whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. And the people I love include the ones standing before me.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post. Milady.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one, and that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
Misión cumplida. Ah, vale, ahora me he acordado. Te había preguntado que si te habías suscrito con IKERSP o era alguien esta mañana. Este mediodía. Vale. ¿Te vas 3 minutitos o cómo? Ah, no, que te vas ahora a las 5 y vuelves a las 6. Vale, a las 6 seguramente haya acabado directo. Pero igual y esta tarde, noche hago otro. Es que no sé también, de que creo que hay un límite de hacer 2 o 3 directos, no estoy seguro. Pero bueno, este lo quería hacer para quitarme de en medio un poquito esto y ya pillarlo a ver si llegaba al final. O que me quedaba.
From all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nation's still in chaos.
Pero era eso, ¿te has suscrito tú antes a mediodía con IKERSP?
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second-guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Taya says your brother's awake.
Hablar con él por fin. A ver qué se cuenta.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, it was not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance.
Más te gustaría
For a reason.
que me ascendieran a la altura de Ibai.
Carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Son y 52, no y
I'd say
56.
the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind.
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
Sorry, inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find the means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua. Clive, it's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Dios. A saco.
Well, what's the short of it?
I thought Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
We'll look after him.
Pues para allá. Se ha caído, ¿no? Más. Madre mía. Espero que haya seguido y que no se haya caído. Porque si no, vaya plan.
You're right. I'm sorry. YT is a fine scout. If Candle was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Y es que no entiendo por qué, porque estoy a más kilobytes de esos que esta mañana. Y luego por la tarde, ¿eh? Y por la noche y sí que se me cae. ¿Eh?
Estarán tocando algo a lo mejor. Aparte de los cojones.
Tú no estás, ¿no? No lo entiendo.
We can use the ruins to cross the lane. Assuming they will allow it, the echoes have a will of their own.
Me salía que no se había caído y luego cuando salí tenía 3 directos. Y luego, claro, pues no iba a poner ahí un directo de 7 minutos. No sé. Pues subí el largo, lo que pasa es que la historia ahora pues se habrá cortado, ¿sabes? Pero es que no puedo hacer otra cosa.
Tell us about YT, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
Get him!
He ido por lo blanquito a ver si conseguía pociones, pero...
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go around it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
No me da pociones, ¿eh?
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
5.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal
Hola,
servants
mundo
to the
loco.
ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yote has been my constant companion and protector. Without her
Bien.
sword, I would not have survived my journey across the world.
Rise, Lady Yote. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty. Your Grace,
Vamos hablando,
it is
mundo
as you
loco.
feared.
Te está ganando el
The
moderador.
vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline
Mira,
Dominion on the night of her fall
dale si quieres a tu aspecto del chat, a ver si puedes cambiar algo.
was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
No sé, igual y puedes ponerte eso.
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yote and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed
No
anchor
sé
shortly
decirte ahora
after the
mismo.
fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloed knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them? Yes. And the Black Galleon sails up at one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce.
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Distinguished members of the Council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king! He has come to save us from the Akashic. He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools. Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough. Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city. Her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike. His very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominance, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it. Like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Umielos delan tu isag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yotei.
Let's find our friends.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I... Which is why I had to let her go. How fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yotei is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you. Pray accept this token. For as long as you bear it, members of our order will reveal themselves unto you, if there is nothing further.
No. You are dismissed.
Your Grace.
Is it Canva then?
We'll talk about this later.
Cyril seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
The free cities in the sea?
Uy.
Clive. Smoke.
Is the city fallen?
Free men are still holding their own, then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry. Sounds like thunder.
You're late. We're starting to think you'd stumbled off a cliff.
I seem to recall that was you, Gav.
Good to see you. Any trouble on the road?
Nothing we couldn't handle.
I knew you'd come.
Is that who I think it is?
Yes.
Allow me to introduce my brother, Joshua.
Clive's told me all about you. Or even listening most of the time. Name's Midadol.
Hmm?
But everyone calls me Mid.
My lady.
Hey?
My boy.
Uncle Byron.
It's really you. I never thought I'd see the day.
Ya están encontrados.
So these Akashic are being controlled?
That's what it looked like. Empty eyes, eerie blue glow. No doubt they were turned, but silent as monks, every last one of them.
Your man here speaks true, Clive. We saw more than a few in this city. They moved in ranks with a purpose, and not of their own.
Ultima's doing.
Perhaps.
What of the city? The people?
Dead, mostly.
Mostly, but not all. A handful managed to lock themselves in their villas before the Horde arrived. Some in the Merchants' District to the west, and a few others on the far bank.
If the Akashic stumble across either hiding place, a few bolted doors won't. We need to find them. And quickly.
What do you propose?
We split into two parties. I will make for the Merchants' District, while you look to those across the river. Mind keeping an eye on my brother?
Not at all. We find the villa and try the servants' entrance.
Understood. And what of us?
Mid, is she fit to sail?
The ship? The Mithril engine could probably do with a few more tweaks.
Then you better work fast. Even if we do reach the survivors in time, they'll never make it to the hideaway on foot.
You leave that to me.
See that Mid doesn't get herself into trouble, would you?
Think I can manage that?
I'll keep him safe.
Looks like you stuck with me, Byron.
That's Lord Rosfield, you little gutter snipe!
Shall we then?
And you keep Clive safe.
Be careful. Both of you.
You too.
All right, Torgal. Let's find those survivors. They don't stand a chance against those things.
Como vienen, ¿no?
They've been routed. They're wearing Waloot armor.
Digo, a ver si se carga más. A ver, esto es... No sale ahora.
What happened to the Royal Army? There's nothing but monsters here.
Necesito pociones. Era duro. Han durado poco.
That sounded big. Joshua and Jill must be busy. There may still be some others in sight.
Van siendo cada vez más duritos, ¿eh?
These creatures. Some of us reach extend this far.
your master? What does he want? Get him. To me, Flames! Kill!
You've caused quite the commotion. But then I would expect no less from you, Muthos.
You again. I don't believe we've been introduced. You were in my family's crypt. And now you're here, with an army of Akashic thralls.
Manners, Lord Rosfield. They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
What?
And they are all that remains in this once raucous city.
You'll pay for what you've done.
As you wish. I confess I have been very much looking forward to this. Pardon me this indulgence, Your Majesty. The vessel shall not be spoiled. I am Sleipnir of House Harvard.
Sleipnir.
Or not. As long as you don't hold back. Seems uninspired. It is just that I expected so much more from our chosen one. Perhaps this will kindle your flame.
What now?
A gift from my liege lord's armory. Gungnir. Watch closely.
Yes.
Yes!
Actually, I wouldn't.
Dios. Voy a reventarlo. Ahora toma por saco. ¿Cómo se llama? Nada.
My liege.
Clive!
You're all right.
As are you, I see.
We are, yes.
I'm sorry, but we couldn't save them.
It was over before we arrived.
Well, you did what you could. I fear we were all too late. What's wrong?
Nothing. I hope.
Que está vivo.
Leaving so soon, Mythos? They kneel before Barnabas Tharm, Warden of Ash and King of Walud.
Get back.
¿Más?
I expected more of the boy who bested my Lord Commander. Yet I see why my master covets you so. The power within you, Mythos. The potential.
Stop calling me Mythos.
But Mythos is everything. The cornerstone of all creation. The Lord's vessel. Your purpose.
My purpose? To surrender my mind and body to that thing.
Creo que no va a haber pelea.
No, Your Majesty. My purpose is my own. I made a promise to my friends, to my people. And nothing is going to stand in my way.
You would allow this delusion of free will to bar your path to greatness? Truly, your volition is a cancer. One that must be excised.
Try it.
All the rest.
Joshua!
Va a morir esta.
Oi! Oi! This way! Hurry!
Y el perro con la espada. ¿Qué?
Power beyond reckoning, and they use it as a crutch. Such a waste.
Muerta.
Will he be all right?
The phoenix can mend flesh, but the spirit must recover on its own. I'm afraid the rest is up to him. This place is remarkable. Outfitting it must have been no small feat. But why go to such trouble?
That beauty's belly's filled with wonders the world ain't ready for. If the guilds caught wind of what we were up to, they'd all want a piece. All right?
And how is he? Do not blame yourself. He was barely breathing when you brought him here. We would have lost him if it were not for you.
No. Barnabas may have severed nigh every sinew in my brother's body. but he made certain the wounds were not fatal.
Nigh every sinew?
Allow me, your lordship. Don't know what I was thinking, putting you to the trouble like that.
'Tis no trouble carrying comestibles to my ailing nephew.
I know, but you've already done so much for us. Pouring your gil into the hideaway and now the ship. I don't want to take the piss.
You risked your life. And for what? Some girl you hardly know. Why'd you do it? You got mad or something?
I wouldn't go that far.
Clive!
You're awake.
My boy. Oh.
All I want to do is help. And the world won't save itself. It was Sid. Your father, who taught me that.
Sounds like him.
Don't you dare do that again.
What of the royalists?
Fucked off, the lot of them, along with the galleon. With the king on board, no doubt. Behind here, I wouldn't sail without him. Clive. Jill didn't come back.
What do you mean?
She kept the king busy while the others dragged you out.
It's all right, Mid. Jill is fine.
The ether of her icon endures. And as long as it does, we can be certain she is alive.
Tipo duro.
Let's pursue the Black Galleon. Jill will be with the king, I'm sure of it.
Well, good luck catching him, because my ship's going nowhere. It's the Mithril engine. She's got a kick like a wild chocobo and a mind to tear the hull in half.
But do you have an idea?
Well, of course I do. My dad'll have seen this coming a league off. If I had his old writings...
If you had his old writings, you'd be sitting under a fuckload of rubble. The ones Otto didn't save anyway. I suppose you might still have a few pages in his stores.
We'll have to hope it's enough. Do what you can to ready the ship. I'll speak with Otto.
In your condition, you really are mad.
Perhaps. But the world really won't save itself.
Melodía de esperanza.
Right.
Pues nada.
Gav said that Otto might know something.
Por aquí lo dejo. Voy a ver si descanso un poquito. Luego a lo mejor enchufo otra vez. Bueno, chao, chao, chao.